Okay guys, this tutorial is about how to make your own planner stickers using Cricut Design Space. So first off, I always start with a template, and since Design Space only lets you print a certain size, that's going to be the size of my template. Make sure that you unlock right there. You just click it to unlock, because if you don't, say, I wanted like a 2 by 5, it's not going to work. It's going to stay the same size each time. So make sure you click that. Okay, so the max for the Design Space print and cut is 6.75 for the width, and the height is 9.25. And this is going to be my template. So everything I make, I'm just going to fit it inside of here. A lot of times I'll just hide it when I'm working on things if I don't want to see it, but I usually line them up on here. So that way when at the end, it lines up perfectly how I want it to, so that way I don't waste as much paper, as much sticker paper as just, letting it go would do. Okay, so the first one, I like to use the Happy Planner, the classic size. So the measurements that I'm using are for that. The squares in it are 1.5 by 2.5 for the width and the height. Okay, I usually make a couple of those. We'll start off on this one. And you can just do a plain color. You can use a pattern. I've got quite a few patterns in here, so should have picked something before I started, eh? And sometimes it takes a bit. I'll let this one go, and I'll go ahead and just, make another one. I'm just clicking on duplicate. Obviously that's not working. Oh, there it is. There's my second one right there. Alrighty. Just gonna throw a couple out here. I don't know. We'll go with the blue one and a pink one. So to change it, I usually like to use the seamless patterns, but you can't always find those, or if you're making your own, you can go in here and, change it to where it, if you pick polka dot like this, you could have tiny little polka dots, or you could have, make them bigger and less. It just really depends on what you want it to look like, and that's how you change it. This one right here, you just touch the color it is, and I already have it selected, so I'm gonna hit edit pattern, and I kind of want to see, it's a glitter paper one, I kind of want to see all the spots in there, so there we go. Okay, there's our first 2 stickers, and anything you kind of want it to be, you just start looking and add it in there. And I don't know, we'll look for a cactus. Let's see. It doesn't have to be a cactus, obviously. You can kind of pick anything you want. Go with kind of something that matches my colors in there. Okay, obviously these guys are way too big. I'm just going to hit a 2 on here and make them a lot smaller. And same thing there. And then, you know, zoom back in here. Okay. Alrighty, so this is about the time that I am going to hide my square there. Okay, so I want to center this. I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to go up here to align, and I want it completely in the middle of it. Okay. I'm just going to leave him here, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to center it like that, or even if I wanted, you know, the cactus at the very bottom, I'll leave him at the very bottom there. Okay, so if I'd want to write something, I just click over here on text. And I really like the fancier fonts. You can't see it right now because it's off screen, but I'm going to bring up my character map. Yours on your computer probably doesn't look like this. This one's called Nexus font. I like it better than your standard character map on your computer because of this right here. Collections. I can, if I wanted to find a monogram font, I could just click monogram fonts, and look at all these. I do not have to spend hours and hours going through all of the fonts I have in my computer, or even, you know, these are the super fancy fonts. If I wanted to, let's just randomly pick one here. Okay, this one. I want to look and see all the extra characters, because you can't get these just typing in. You know, if I really like the fancier, you know, ones, especially when I'm typing stuff up. So we're just going to pick this one. So it's called Aston Script. So I am going to go and pull Design Space back up. Aston Script, right there. Okay. So we're gonna type something just random here. We're gonna type remember. Just waiting for it to pop up. While that's thinking, I'm going to pull back up my character map here. So the first letter was R. So if I wanted, I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, and the last letter was R2, wasn't it? We'll just stick with that one. Bring Design Space back up. And I am doing a copy and paste in there. So that way I can have that in there. So I'm gonna change my letter spacing because cursive is supposed to touch. And with some fonts, you can just go down or up in here to get it to touch all the way. But as you can see, sometimes it fits perfect. Sometimes it doesn't. It goes over a little bit. So in that chance, you'd go over here to Advanced, click on Ungroup to Letters. So each letter is separate here. So I would just click one by one and move it over. Can't always get it perfect, but okay, it's going to take me just a minute to do this right here. Alrighty, that looks about good. Okay. I'm just going to hit group for now because I'm going to show you why here. So sometimes when you go to weld it, if it's really small, this is over exaggerating it, but our stickers are kind of small. So now you go to click on and weld here, sometimes it fills in some of those spots. And if it does that, it didn't this time, but you'd have to get it much, much bigger like that. Then you'd weld it and then make it all small again. I don't know why it does that. It obviously didn't do it this time, but okay. We're gonna just fit this little guy in here. Okay, I'm gonna change color font. So right up here, I don't really like that color on there, so it's something darker. Okay, so you want to change it, you can click here on the advanced. I don't like these. It is so hard to keep it close enough to that similar color, and it just, I can never get it to look right. So I use an outside source program. This one's Rosette Color Picker. You can take it from a picture or that you have on your computer, or you can bring up your page here and I'd click on, let's say I'd want it to match this one right here. So I clicked on it and this is what came up. Click here, and so it's pretty close to Photoshop. So that's just what I use. One of these other ones I'll probably use. You can just hit copy, or you can, you know, highlight it and click copy. And now I'm back into here. So down here, I just click on paste right there, and then bam, and enter. There we go. There's my color. But obviously it doesn't work. So we're gonna go ahead and try it again here. Bring back my color here, and I'm gonna go for this green now. I don't know, not all of them are winners, but sometimes it is. Get out of there. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna click right here, just the same steps that I did, and paste it right here. Ooh, there we go. That looks better. I don't really think I'll use these on anything, but, and I kind of want this guy to be centered too, like I did there. I'm gonna go with center horizontally because I want it perfectly in the middle there. There we go. Okay, now let's do it for this one really quick here. And the same thing, I'm gonna pick out my text here, use my Nexus font. Here we go. This would probably be a better font for a little sticker. I wanted something thicker. Oh, I've got a lot of programs running right now, so there we go. Just taking a minute longer than it usually does. Yeah, it's the recording software that I have up here right now. All right, there we go. Oh, and it's a pretty big font, not nearly as big as, you know, like Samantha font. That's one of my favorites. Okay, we're gonna do a pretty common one for, you know, stickers, planner stickers here. We'll say to do. That one is a pretty cool looking font there. Alrighty. Okay, go and select this one. Actually, no, I like this one better. And I get rid of that one right there. Okay, copy. Go ahead and get out of here. Okay, it was called Authentic Script Regular Rough. Okay, right here. We're going to type out to do, almost to do, and add that O on the end there that had the cute little squiggly. I usually start off with 0 for the letter space, then kind of wiggle it. This one's better font for a lot of different projects I do because it's nice and thick, especially if you're cutting it. Yeah, Design Space is acting kind of funny tonight. Okay. Go down to print and down here. All right, I don't like that color, so we can do it, you know, pink, purple, blue, any of those colors. I go and grab my, click on the chili pepper there. I don't know. Let's try this pretty purple here. Copy, minimize that. Oh, come on you. There we go. Cut. And click on the color down to the bottom. Paste that there, and yeah, let's see what it looks like. Okay, that one looks pretty cute. So actually going to, because there's a pretty big space in between both the words there. I'm going and grouping these. Oh, nope, that one isn't even connected all the way. And there we go. There we go. I like that better. Okay. Group these, and now we'll just move them together so they look good. That was just way too big of a space there. Okay. And you don't really need to weld them because we're gonna end up flattening them there. There we go. Yeah. Actually gonna move this guy down just a little bit. We're gonna align them and alright, so we're going to click right here. We're going to go ahead and flatten it, and then it's ready to be printed. And the same thing here. Hit flatten, and then those two are ready. So we have a lot of room left on our template here. So when I'm doing it, kind of line them all up together. I obviously don't want, you know, this many of them, but I would, you know, put them far enough apart to where it's gonna be able to cut them. Let's see, does this guy fit? Yep, and this guy fits right here. Okay. And I want them to fit good, so I hide this, and I would go and select them all. And I want to make them completely straight so that when it goes to print them, it's gonna have a nice and straight and even. And you see the big gaps there. I'm going to distribute it evenly so that way there's the same gap in between them all. See how it just moved right there? And then I would hit attach. That way this is exactly how it's going to print out in the printer. And a lot of times when I really want to push it, I'll put it like right up against it, and I will add a little flag right here, like that. So we're gonna go ahead and hide this so I can work on things. Let's see here, those, nope, wrong one, shapes, go ahead, and those cute little boxes, kind of like to-do lists, and they have all the different colors, you know, what will start off like a dark blue, and it'll go down to a super light blue. And we're gonna do the size of the Happy Planner. That. There we go. Okay. All right, and this, yep, see, it's that 2.5 right here. Okay. So if I wanted, you know, a list of like 5 rows right here, my little squares are actually going to be, the width is going to be, you know, the 1.5, and it's actually going to be that much right there. So we're gonna go ahead and just duplicate it a couple of times. We'll say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we're gonna select them all, go to align, and we want it to center like that. And we're gonna group them like so. So I can move them right here. And I guess we're gonna ungroup them. That way it's easier for me to figure out which one's which. Okay. So another reason why I like to use this outside source right here, we'll say we're just gonna go with this blue theme that we've got going here. So I go to custom. Where is it? There it is, it's the little house. It's been a while. So we're gonna start, I don't know, at a darker purple. Okay, we're gonna pick this one, right? Ooh, this way is pretty easy too. That's the range that we got there. Okay, that's the color we have. And I'm gonna hit copy, print. Down here, see, so much easier than that tiny little screen there. Okay. All right, now I got this one. So go back into our color map here. And because we're going down in the shades, I'm gonna go up just a little bit. Up, go back, move my cute little box there back over. Okay. And now the next one, move it up just a little bit, and let's pull that number right here. Now fill, print, and there we go. And we'll just do it, what, 2 more times. You can do however many you want, or, you know, you don't have to use these sizes, obviously. This is just what I do for my own purposes. Okay, and one more. Kind of time consuming, but I do enjoy doing this. I kind of have fun with it. But my planner stickers do become, you know, super extra sometimes. Usually they match a lot better than this, but just, you know. Okay, there we go. So there's that, and then we'd want to, I don't know, we can add, you know, little circles, squares, any shape you want. We can do little stars. Let's do a little star. It's not going to come out little, see, but all right. So when I size it up, I kind of just put it in the corner there, and I go like this to do the sizing here. I go in there a little bit better. Okay, so I want it exactly in the middle. So I'm going to select those two, align. We want center horizontally. Nope. I always forget which one that is. Center vertically, because I just want it to move down a little bit. And then you can pick whatever color in there too. Oh, I want to print. Okay, and then I'm just going to duplicate it a couple times. I think I did it way too many times. Yep, I did. Okay, so same thing. So I am going to take these, I'm going to group them really quick, and then I'm going to hide them all. I hid the wrong things. Oh. Come on, there it is. Okay, there. I'm going to hide those. Now it's kind of hard to see all of these, so I'm going to go up here. I selected all the white stars. And I am going to, I want them distributed perfectly, like perfect spacing, and I click that. And then I want them completely straight together. So you can click kind of whatever, like that. Okay. I'm going to unhide these. And I'm going to take these actually back. I'm going to send them backwards. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And I will move it over just a tad like so. And there we go. I select them all and I flatten them. Now there's how you do those. The next one we can do, I don't know, you can do whatever you want basically, but these are just some of the ones that I usually do. Okay, I don't know, I kind of like these little half circles here. Okay. All right, and then I duplicate it, and then I just make it a little bit smaller like that. Like that. Okay, I'm going to set this little one aside here, and I'm going to bring in a box. Okay, so I'm going to do this box in half, and you see, I'll get closer here. You see where that little plus ends up. I want that plus to be like right on that box line because that's perfectly in the middle. And so I'm going to select these two and I'm going to slice it. And I've got this one here. See here, I'm going to move this guy out of the way. You can do it this way, or you can, I actually did it backwards, and I usually do it. Yep. All right. And so the same thing, you want this to be perfectly in the middle there. And you want to do the same thing over here. You want to slice out that little window here. There's that. You can just delete all these excess little pictures here. And this little guy is way too big, so we're gonna make him a little bit smaller. And you can do whatever color on this one. You can fill in that little empty spot there with a color, or you can make it a pattern, a solid color. Let's just do a pattern really quick. I don't know, we had some, I don't know, I like that one. That one's kind of cute. There's this guy here. So there's this guy. If you wanted it to be solid in the back, just duplicate it. Okay. And you do a cut on him, contour, or you could just, you know, size up a circle and, you know, attach it to the back of it that way too. Yeah, either way you do it. And then you do this and you'd center it completely, and my black guy will be on top there, and I'm going to send him to move him backwards. So there we go. Make him, let's see here, this pink color. Does it match? Oh no, it does not. There we go. That will have to work. And there we go. And we are going to flatten it all together. So that is one item. See? There we go. It's not completely centered, but that's good enough. So, and then the flags, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I'll do that one, and then I will combine them all to, you know, print them out. Usually I'd have a lot more different stickers, and it all say something different. So we're gonna do, kind of want it the same length as, let's see, as my, that is the wrong box. 2.5 is that, and the width, I want it at just 0.5 because it's a little flag. We don't want it too long. So if you have design space, you can dig around until you find that flag. If you don't, and if there's no free ones, you can get a triangle or the diamond and use that to slice it out. Okay, so the width here will go 0.5, so it's the same width as that one. Okay. That way, I'm going to do a different color so we can see it better. So that way, when you go to do it, to cut it out, you know, it'll be, see, maybe just a little bit bigger. There we go. And you can do it to where it's like this, or, you know, whichever, does not matter. And then just select the two, slice it, you know, and then move that. There you go. There's the flag. And then, you know, you can just do circles, hearts, whichever you want. You can make them white, or however you want it. And kind of there. Okay. And I will do it this one because with the hearts it was too hard to see them. So I'll just throw, you know, we'll put like 4 in there. Okay. I usually just put them like so. Kind of the same thing we did with the stars. And I'm going to go ahead and hide my flag. I'm going to select all of these, go to a line. We want it centered horizontally. If we did center here, they would just be all on top of each other. Okay. And then they're kind of, the spacing isn't exact, so we want to go down here to distribute vertically. Okay, and there we go. I will just group it just in case I bump into it and knock them out, and then hide that. I kind of want to make it just a little bit up, and then a little bit more. Yeah. And then there we go. And also, because I grouped it, I can just go right here and change the color back to white. And I'm going to just select all these and, oh, I didn't get the part. There we go. And I'm going to flatten it together like that. That looks a lot better, huh? Okay. All right. Okay, now this is where I would come up and bring my template back up, just so I can see. Not really going to push it that much this time. So I don't know, depends on, you know, how many you'd want of each. So usually kind of just have these ones together. Like that and like that. We're just going to do quite a few of these because if I went ahead and did them all, we'd be here for a very long time. And I'm just showing you guys the basics on how to make them. I can throw a couple into here too. And this bottom row down here will be all circles. I'm just duplicating it to kind of fill in the space, so when we go to print it and cut it, we're not gonna, you know, waste a whole bunch of paper. Because that stuff can get pretty, you know, costly if you're, you know, just wasting a bunch of paper. I know I don't like to, so that's why I do it this way. Usually I try to, you know, squeeze it in there a bit more. I'm just going to hide my template really quick and just copy these. Well, first I'll align them. There we go. And I'll go ahead and do this now, and then I can just duplicate it so I don't have to do it again. Okay, and then duplicate. I don't know if all 4 of them fit or not. Let's see. Oh, come on, you. Nope, I did not group them, so I'll bring this guy back up. Oh, I didn't click on it. There we go. Come on, design space. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's fit one more right in here. So, oh, we don't need this guy. Let's get rid of him. Alrighty. So we want it all aligned. Center it vertically, right there. Okay. And then we want it distributed evenly. Okay. All right, now we attach it like so. Okay. Then we're gonna do the same thing here. There's my circles, they came back. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing here. We want them to be, we're just gonna line them at the top right here. There we go, so they're on that same cut line. And the same thing, we want them to be spaced evenly enough. That was not it, so here we go. Well, as long as they're kind of all together that way. Okay, and then we'll space this guy up here at the top. And top. Alrighty. We go attach. And we're going to attach this one and That's why I'm clicking the wrong one. It happens, right? Okay. If you really wanted, you could fit more in here, you know, but I don't really want to. So we don't need this anymore. That is just the template. So I'm looking and they all look like they can fit just fine, and they're going to be within that, you know, that 6.75 and 9.25. You don't want to get too close to the edges, because when you do the turn on the bleed to do the print and cut, if you get over it, it will mess with that measurement and you're going to lose just, you know, a little bit on there. So let's go ahead and hide this guy right here, and I'm going to attach all these guys. So we're going to hit attach here. That way it's not going to jumble everything around. And Design Space, sometimes it doesn't like it if you have a bunch of detail, like most of my planner stickers sets come out as. So in that case, I do use Photoshop to do it, or those types of programs. Okay, so it's all done, and then, you know, you'd save it. Let's see, purple cactus. I do not know why I chose purple cactus. Okay, just in case something happened. You know, if you spend all that time working on something, you know, you want to save it. That does not match at all. Okay, so turn on. Okay, we're gonna go over here to make it. So sorting them into color, and it should only have one page on there if I did it right. And by the looks of it, I did do it right. Okay, so that's how it shows up. Is we could have pushed this out just a little bit more. I know that I have, but then we hit continue. But yeah, that's about it. And you know, you send it to printer. I think I'm gonna stick this in my daughter's happy planner. I do make her stickers too. So you gotta make sure to add bleed. That way, if the cut is off just a little bit, you don't have that weird white line on the edge there. You know, just like that. And I usually put it on the washi sheet setting. It just kisses the top. It doesn't cut all the way through. I don't use the Cricut brand, like sticker paper, sticker vinyl, any of that stuff, or even like the Silhouette brand. I get the big sheets from Amazon. They're label stickers for their packages. You get 100 of them for like $10 or so, versus, you know, the actual like Avery brand, that one's you get 20 for like $10. I'd, you know, rather spend that much. I hear my printer printing and it's almost done. Okay. All right, stuff out of here.